A new poll shows support for Mr. Obama slipping substantially. Frank Luntz is a Fox News analyst. Hey, Frank, take a look at that right there. There it is. July, right now, less than 50% of the country, according to the Washington Post, is supportive of the health care reform bill being touted by the president.
And there's several reasons for it. Now, make no mistake, the American people still support health care reform, and they still believe that people should be insured.
Right.
But what they don't believe is the plan that's being pushed by the House or by the Senate, if we can figure out which plan it is. Number one, they don't want it rushed.
Right.
They want to take the time to do it right.
Because they did it with the stimulus, and that stunk up the place.
Number two, the administration promised us an 8% unemployment rate. What do we have now? 9.5, and it's heading towards 10. Don't make the same mistake a second time. And number three, you say, Mr. President, that this is going to save us money. $1 trillion? What exactly does $1 trillion get you? So each of those three things are new developments over the last 6 weeks, and it's causing the support for this plan to fall.
So what did you ask your people?
So we did a dial session. We've been testing all of the ads that have been running, both for and against the health care plan. And the one that we're going to show today was very effective. Putting Patients First is the organization that did it. And let's take a look at just how well that dial score runs.
Washington now runs your banks, insurance, and car companies. But do you trust Washington with your life? Congress is rushing to take over health care, too, paid for by $600 billion in new taxes and cutting $400 billion from Medicare. Plus, tens of millions will lose their current insurance and wind up on the government health plan. What will happen to your family's health care if Washington runs it?
Okay, so the red line Republicans, it was going up, meaning they approve of that message.
They agree with the message, and even the Democrats agree with the message. What they don't want is a government takeover, and they're very nervous. But what's different now than what was the case 8 weeks ago is that the American people are doing more than personalizing it. At that point, they said, what does it mean to me? Now they're looking at $1 trillion and saying, what does this mean to America?
Okay, so the next question you asked, so that was one that was obviously against the health care plan. What was the next question you asked the group?
So I don't know if we've got another dial session. But
You do?
We do?
Yeah.
So then let's take a look.
Almost everyone agrees we should reform health care. But many in Congress want to create a government-run health insurance plan paid for by taxpayers at huge cost. Independent experts say tens of millions of Americans could lose their current health insurance and wind up on this public plan. England already has government-run health care, and their breast cancer survival rate is much lower. If you find a lump, you could wait months for treatment, and potentially life-saving drugs could be restricted. Government control of health care here could have meant that 300,000 American women with breast cancer might have died.
That's effective.
That's effective. This one does even better because it's not an unseen announcer. It's a real person talking about the threats, the challenges. And what we have found, and again, it's Patients First, what we have found with their advertising is that it is the most effective for one specific reason. Real people, real situations.
Yeah, there's a real opportunity, I guess, for some Republicans to maybe get their points across and be heard.
And we're going to go through this tonight on Hannity at 9 p.m. We're going to go through all the advertising, all the language, all the polling. We're going to lay it out for the American people, so I hope you guys will watch it 9 p.m.
Will do.
YouTube side.
Frank Luntz, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Good job.
All right, Congress is